Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and here are my quick thoughts, synopsis and review of the fifth episode of We Got to High School. And yeah, it's a pretty awesome episode. I know that normally I do a little recap first and then kind of jump in, but I just couldn't wait. I had to watch the episode. The cliffhanger was just so intense, I couldn't wait. But I'll still do a quick recap just, for your convenience. So in the last episode, Mira was going to get married with someone that she didn't really want to get married with or whatever. So her friend saved her. And during the altercation at the end, the guy she was marrying that turned out to be a bad guy sliced her on the side with a sword. And then, I guess, kind of like a epilogue of the episode, we find out that Han, his terminally ill friend, is now to the point where it's super serious. We don't know he's going to survive and all that shit. So now he's like he snapped. Because, the tournament, he's doing it to, help his friend, and now it's getting serious. So, back at his job, you got these guys that always, poke fun of him and make jokes, horrible jokes that, the dude's dying, he deserves it or whatever. And while Han would normally just ignore it, like in previous episodes, this time he snaps and he beats the crap out of them. He beats them bloody to the point that there's, blood dripping down his fist. So, the big finals was whoever going to win the two semifinal matches. We had Jin versus some random dude, and we had Mira versus Han, and Jin arrives to the tournament just in time to see Han beating the ever-living shit out of Mira with no mercy. Number one, we know how hard, Han can punch from other episodes. So he's, punching her, no fucking mercy. And he's targeting her right there where she got sliced. So, oh my god. So she's fucking busted open, literally speaking. She's on the floor. She's bleeding out. The referee guy has to, hold him back. Okay, knock out. You win, stop or whatever. And he's just no emotion, just savage, fucking savage. And now Jin is pissed at him, and it's Han just walks past him, without, a care or anything about what he just did, and he's see you at the finals, and whatever. So it's holy shit. So, of course, now we start the episode. So, yeah, the episode's pretty intense, a lot of fighting, lots of good flashbacks, and a lot of feels. So, the episode starts out with, I guess a flashback in school, which kind of makes me curious because it's the God of High School tournament. I don't know if it takes place during the summer because, these guys are obviously not going to school now, and I don't know, because these flashbacks to school can't take, they can't take place that far back because the characters don't look that much younger than they look like now, so I don't know. But anyways, the flashback is back in school with Han versus his friend. I think his friend is Shang Tae. And, back when he was healthy, of course. And they're fighting, I guess, for fun or whatever. And people are commenting that those two are always fighting. And it's like they're saying that, I don't know why, but for some reason, the both of us are always fighting and stuff like that. And I guess they're kind of sort of evenly matched, So, back to the present, we've got Han actually showing a bit of remorse, though. He's in the bathroom, he's throwing up, I guess, just the sheer horror of what he just did, There's flashbacks of not only his friend dying, but also, how he actually beat the crap out of Mira so badly, so he is showing some remorse in there, but he has to, I guess, suck it up for the sake of his friend. So, they don't waste any time with the other match. It's Jin versus this other dude. The dude's there. The dude's hey, I'm impressed because I saw you fight against Kong and whatever. But, no, Jin, wastes no time and gives no shits. He basically does a weird triple kick something with a big hurricane type move to the point that when the guy lands, he's still spinning and sliding across the floor, and that's it. Match over in maybe 5 seconds, even less than that, because Jin doesn't care. He just wants to fight against Han, and of course now they announce that the final match will be Jin versus Han, and they both give each other, serious glares and stuff like that. So, other flashbacks. We've got Mira in the hospital recovering. They gave her the nanotechnology stuff, and she's recovering thanks to that. But they also told her, I guess, that she should have gone to also get treated for that slice that she had. And, I guess, even though that did not happen in the tournament, that was something that happened, I guess, during their personal life. They'll still treat all your injuries to make sure you're still okay to fight in the tournament. So that's kind of cool, So, Jin is with her, visiting her, and he's, pissed because, how could he hurt you that way? He hurt you and whatever. And she's yeah, but, that's how the fight goes. I wasn't strong enough to beat him. It's my fault or whatever. We don't know what makes Han like that, because Jin was I never knew he was going to attack so violently. And she's yeah, but we don't know what got him like that today, what got him like that. So, you see another flashback that in school, I guess Han And Han hangs around with like the tough guys. He hangs around with the toughest guys in school that you don't fuck with. If you were talking about, oh shit, stay away, man. They beat up everyone else. They beat up all the other tough guys from other schools, even high schoolers. Oh shit, you know. So it's like they're just walking, and one of them accidentally bumps into Shantae, and it's like, watch where you're going or whatever. Goes, yeah, sure, of course, you know. But I guess something about them catches his interest. So we flash back later on that Han is in like some warehouse place or some, I don't know, some empty building or something by himself, surrounded by all these guys, and these guys are acting like, I guess his friends all ran away and left him alone, so now, you know, it's just all of them against him. And even though Han already looks, you know, beat up and everything, he still tries to fight some more. And at this point, Shantae comes in and saves him and says that he heard that he came here to save a friend and stuff, so hey, that's cool, that shows loyalty or whatever. And now it's the two of them against all these guys. And later on, we see that they're both injured. I guess they, you know, lost in the end, but they still gave them a good fight or whatever. And yeah, I guess I'll get to that in a bit because there's more fighting. So anyways, it's kind of hard to remember the order of the flashbacks in the fight, but you know, I'll try my best. So when the fight actually starts, we've got Jin fighting against Han, and they just go at it right away. Like the minute the match starts, bam! They're just going seriously, you know, fist flying, feet flying, and you can tell this like with the intention of seriously hurting one another. You know, it's not like a friendly sparring session or, you know, let's put on a show for the crowd or whatever before we get serious. No, it's just bloodbath from the beginning. They're just beating the shit out of each other. They're just doing all their moves. The audience is impressed. Everyone's impressed and stuff like that. And it's just going crazy. And, there's a part where Han is beat up. He's up against the ropes, and Jin's about to come in, and I think Jin says something like how can you do that to Mira? How can you do that to your friend or whatever? And he's like, I'm sorry, but I never saw you guys as friends. And bam, he socks someone and everything. And then we see a flashback. This is the part now where both Shantae and Han are just laying there beat up after the guys, you know, beat up and left. And the guy was saying that, yeah, that you came to save your friends. And Han's like, they're not friends, they're just whatever, you know, these people are just there for as long as they need you. Then when they don't need you, they just go. So I do the same thing. It's all convenience or whatever. And the guy says, you know, Shantae says, no, man, I mean, you have to trust people. You got to put your trust in people because, you know, like, you'll be friends that way. You know, you'll make friends. You have to have faith in people to make friends and stuff like that. Which in this case is kind of weird advice because, like, these other guys were all thugs and stuff. I wouldn't put much, like, stock on them. But, you know, at least Han found this other guy that could be a good friend to him, you know? So anyways, the fight continues. There's more, you know, beat 'em up action here and there. It's getting crazy. It's getting intense. Han starts doing his, like, crazy, you know, like, animal-named attacks and stances like he did in the earlier episodes. And now we see him used against Jin. So Jin really is getting a beating now. He really is getting tested to his limits. And there's actually this cool moment where Jin is like dashing at him and stuff like that, and Han's trying to get ready to do some move, and it looks almost like the house show Koken. So it's like Jin stops, like his foot is like literally like half an inch away from his face, but Han still clocked him with the big, like, weird fireball type move. And Jin has that effect, that delayed effect where now blood starts flirting out everywhere and shit, and he falls back and everything. Is pretty intense. And yeah, so he's down, and they're doing like the count and stuff like that. So during this now, there's more flashbacks here and there. Again, there's so many flashbacks, it's just so hard to keep track. During all these parts here, Mira gets discharged from the hospital. She's going home. Of course, now we know who her sister or niece, I guess, and her uncle is. So we see them walking with her and stuff. And she checks her, that watch in the first episode. It tells you about your strengths and whatever, and also the nanotechnology. So she detects that there's someone else with nanotechnology in the building. So she goes to check it out. And she sees that blue-haired woman that works with one of the higher-ups from the tournament. And they're seeing that Shantae finally passed away. So he was using the nanotechnology to try to cure him and stuff, but he already died, unfortunately. I assume that's his mother crying for him. Family's like sad and stuff. And Mira's surprised. And then she sees a picture of both Han and the guy, hanging out together. So you kind of get the idea, oh my god, this was Han's friend that just passed away and everything. So, another thing also during the tournament, now that Jin is down and they're doing the count and stuff, Park shows up, and there was a deal made originally that if Han could promise good results and stuff, well, first of all, it looks like if he could win the tournament, they'll give his friend the nanotechnology and stuff to cure him, see if it works. But Han's like, it could be too late by then. He could already be dead by then, because it's a long tournament. So they're like, okay, so if you show promise during the semifinals and stuff, then we'll start giving the treatment. So it's a bit quicker, So Park shows up and says, we apologize. Your friend has taken his last breath. We tried with nanotechnology, but I guess it wasn't fast enough and stuff like that. And, well, this relieves you of our contract. You can do whatever you want from now on. And he leaves and stuff like that. And now suddenly Han has nothing to fight for anymore. His friend is gone. Like the shock of that, but also like there's no reason to fight anymore. So he's just like, So Jin gets up while Han falls now, with his own traumas and stuff. And there's another flashback where I guess after the first fight in the opening episode that they both fought, in the schoolyard or whatever, the friend Chang-tae gets up and, hey, you should be happy, you won the fight and all that stuff. You should smile once in a while and whatever. And he's like, and Han's like, well, what happens if I do smile? And he's like, hey, we'll be friends. You gotta give trust to people once in a while and whatever. And I guess it could be friends. And with that, like, the guy vanishes because, representing that now he's dead. And Han is just on the ground just reaching out. So he's down too. And they're doing the count for him. But he still gets up. But again, like I said, no will to fight. So now he's just kind of hanging there. And Jin goes at him. And he's attacking. And the most Han is doing is just blocking and dodging. But, like, I don't know. I guess it's mostly instinct. Because he is blocking and stuff. But he's not really doing an attempt to actually fight back, and the audience is trying to worry and all that. So, meanwhile, the secretary lady with the blue hair asked Park, like, why did you tell him that? Why didn't you wait till after the fight was over before telling him that now that his friend died? And he's like, well, like, if a man loses everything, if a man thinks he lost everything, and he's at his absolute lowest, that's when you really see what he's capable of and stuff like that. So, yeah, Han was pretty much throwing the fight, and because now Jin was just kicking his ass over the place and stuff like that. And there's a moment that Jin is gonna do like this super badass kick or whatever, and just seconds away from it to connect with Han, Mira shows up with the loudspeaker. Hey, what the hell you're doing? That don't you dare throw the fight, Han. You're at least 200 times stronger than that. Well, you're fighting with me. Get out there and fight. So Han is surprised that, she's actually rooting for him despite what happened and everything. And Mira shows up and gives him like a letter. The letter was like, I guess, like a parting letter from his friend. And the friend, explains that, by the time you're reading this, I'm probably gone. They gave me the nanotechnology, but I guess it just wasn't fast enough. And, I'm glad we were friends. They got no regrets and stuff like that. And, just cool stuff. I heard you were fighting in a tournament because of me, but, like, now you don't have to do that, but it makes me feel good that someone out there cared enough to do that, but now you can fight for yourself. Now you can fight without having to think about me and stuff like that. So, anyways, the announcer guy isn't happy that they're stopping the fight, but, after Mira encourages him to give it all he's got and whatever, to really end the fight, like, for real, now Han gets back into a stance. Jin is, like, happy. The fight resumes. Now they both fight it out, but now they fight it out more in, friendly rivalry, but still, let's see who's the best, but not in, I'm gonna kill you, like how an episode started, So they keep fighting. They're doing more super moves and withstanding here and there and stuff like that. And, Parkinson press, like, oh, yes, he's impressed by both of them now, both of their skills. And in the end, Han does, like, some super badass, like, dragon-type move that actually sends Jin flying. But Jin, I guess, bounces off one of the, whatever you want to call them, the, I don't know, camera stands in the background, or whatever you want to call those things, and he jumps back with some kind of like a blue dragon attack or something that, makes the whole ring blow up, and, wind, gust, smoke, the whole shit. And Han like blocked it, but he's, in no more condition to fight. He falls over and he's down. He's knocked out. His points are down to 0. And Jin barely wins. Of course, Jin also falls back and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty intense fight. And then near the end, there's another little scene, the flashback with the guy saying, that they should be friends, that learn to trust people, give people a chance, and they'll give you a chance, stuff like that. Like, put trust in people, and they'll put trust in you, and then they could be friends. So during that moment, they really do it good. Like, the way they're showing the flashback, the music starts getting, to you. So Jin comes up and offers his hand to help Han get up, and it's like, come on, get up, friends. So they're friends now. And he like, they get up and stuff. And he's like, oh, I just can't beat you idiots. And stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So in the end, Jin is helping Han walk out. But then Mira also gets in there. And Mira's like, I'm going to beat you next time, okay? You know that. And Jin's like, well, you got to beat me first. And they start calling each other names and stuff. They're all arguing back and forth with Han in the middle. And Han's like, oh my god, you two truly are idiots. But at least now he's got friends and stuff. And so this makes Jin the official winner of the tournament for Korea before he goes to fight anywhere else in the world and everything. So now we've got this mysterious figure watching the tournament, what I assume is from some other country, and he's watching this. Oh, so this is the best Korea has to offer? Boring. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see how badass you are then, And, like, I guess other parts of the world, other people are watching, or some other dude watching, and I guess he's going to be some tough guy to face eventually. But yeah, so now it's just going to be moving up in the world. It's going to be going fighting, worldwide. And to perfectly end the episode, at the very end of everything, after the theme song and stuff, and I was trying to put, like, after credit stuff. At the end of the theme song and stuff, there's, like a glass thing that I guess has an urn that represents Shang Tae, and a picture of him with Han and stuff like that. And the last part of the letter was saying that, I'm happy, no regrets, whatever. But the thing is, you're not a very, like, talkative type and stuff, so you may not have any friends. I might have been your only friend, so that's the only part that worries me, that you may not have any friends anymore after I'm gone or whatever. So now Han posts a picture of, basically Han with Jin and Mira, the whole carrying each other stuff. And he pastes a little thing that says, I'm not alone, ha ha ha, and whatever. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty touching. I'm surprised how in one episode they changed it so quickly from, blood feud and things are never going to be the same, to now this. I mean, it was understandable, but you know how it is. A lot of times in anime, there's always like misunderstandings that go on for far too long. But here we kind of got past that. And what can I say? Lots of animation. The fight was incredible. Like, the entire fight was just super fast-paced, weird, just crazy animation. There's this one scene near the end, I don't understand, whatever, it's artistical choice or something, but there was a scene, when everything is good now, like I said, when now it became that now it's a fight more about let's just see who's the best, and not like we're going to kill each other. When they fight, they move so fast that, I guess animation style, whatever, they literally turn into like blotches of ink. It reminds me a lot of the Street Fighter 4 opening cinematic. You see all these blotches of ink going around. It's supposed to be them before the art style turns more into a slightly sketchy style before it turns back to normal. But it's just so weird. But I don't know how. Somehow it still adds to it, but it's very weird and everything. And yeah, pretty intense. I do like, there was a little scene that we kind of remember from another episode when the guy, I think it was the guy with the metal bat or one of them, where he tripped and Han, like, held back. Instead of taking advantage to sock him while he was down, he held his punch back. So there's a scene where they're fighting here because, they've been fighting for a while now, and Jin kind of stumbles a bit, and Han once again holds his fist back instead of taking advantage to get that cheap shot in or whatever. So that's kind of cool, attention to detail. And yeah, like I said, Mira herself didn't take it personally. she sees it as a sign that she's got to be stronger on her own and everything. I would like to have seen the whole fight though, but you know. And actually, this is like not counting that first 5-second fight. This was the first episode where like the fight took over like the entire episode. If you don't count that little short one in the beginning. So I'm thinking that of course, as the tournament goes even bigger and more global and more powerful people and stuff, I was going to say enemies, but more powerful opponents, we might get a couple episodes that do like the anime format where sometimes a fight could take, you know, 2 or 3 episodes because it's getting that intense, you know. But yeah, I gotta say, this is the first fight, I believe, that really did take up most of the episode, not counting, of course, the flashbacks and stuff, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, in one episode, they showed us, you know, this guy, he's cool, from what we could see, he's likable, and we kind of understand why Han cared so much, and why Han was so determined to fight and everything to save his life and stuff like that. But yeah, there we go. So anyways, guys, pretty good episode. Let's see what happens now. I guess, I'm not sure what's going to happen now. Like, this is going to be the beginning of another story arc. This is like a 5-arc, mini-arc thing, 5-episode mini-arc to kind of introduce the characters and stuff. Because, again, this is just like the first step. This is just a tournament just to see who's the best in Korea before that person goes on to the bigger tournament that's like the best of people like all over the world. So, wow. Let's see what happens then. I don't know what's going to happen with Han and Mira, though, because now, since Gen 1, this is going to be more about Jin's journey, but I do hope that there's still some action left for Mira and Han, and they're not just, you know, supporting cheerleader characters, you know? So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. We'll see you next time for episode 6, and which is, of course, tomorrow, or by the time you guys are watching the video, later today. And I'll try to do it, you know, throughout the week or so. I'll always try to do it before the episode airs, so we're not, like, behind, you know? But, yep. See you next time, and yes, the Funko Pop wall is growing. See you next time.